How ironic. Tucker Carlson goes and do an interview with Vladimir Putin. A little bit of troop bombs here and there being dropped, and all of a sudden, besides troop bombs, it's getting ready to be some nuke bombs. Oh boy.
So amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
What is really Focus and Focuramas? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If you are someone that's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, double check to make sure that you are. But if you are fairly new to the channel, get an idea of what this channel is about. What do? Go to my channel, click on playlist. All these different things I do on this channel. See all these different thumbnails? Those are all different categories of things that I do on this channel, from comedy to cooking to DIY when it comes to fixing cars. There's a lot of things I do on this channel. So check the channel out in its entirety before you subscribe. I'm pretty sure you'll find something on here that you like. What's going on, folks? Appreciate you guys all being here. Do everything I told you to do at the beginning of this video. Follow me up here if you want to financially support the channel. It's just $1 a month, $12 a year. If you do, great. If you don't, great. The best thing you can do is support the channel by letting people know about the channel through your cell phone contact list. All right, so you guys, y'all should have known something like this was going to come. You should have known that when Tucker Carlson pissed off a lot of the mainstream media folks who just hit us with a lot of propaganda, they had no way of having their fingers on this because it was going to be Tucker Carlson's own thing where he is killing it at on Twitter or X. Even to the point to where the company that got rid of him, Fox News, they end up using this footage as he gave it to them as a courtesy, right? Anyway, all of a sudden, he comes from that. And when he comes from Russia and everybody kind of formulating their own ideas of how Vladimir Putin said it can end if the United States stops supporting Ukraine. What do the United States do? Let's send them $60 billion to keep on supporting Ukraine. Tucker said, I'm sorry, not Tucker. Vladimir Putin, he said, use that food for failure. No, he said, if you stop sending help to Ukraine, it'd be over in a matter of weeks. And what do? Give them $60 billion. And now, since everybody formulating their own ideas off of that interview with Tucker, now Russia all of a sudden is a threat, y'all. Here we go again with Russia. Check this out.
Fox News alert. America is apparently facing a national security threat from Russia that's so terrifying that our own government said they couldn't tell us what it is. This vague threat started this morning. Primetime producers were getting alerts on their phones, each alert more ominous, but just as vague. Congress said there was a threat, but we couldn't tell how serious it was, and neither could anyone else.
There's really no cause for panic or alarm around this particular piece of intelligence.
Should be concerned. It's serious. That's all I can say right now.
This is a serious issue. There are many serious issues that we undertake all the time. But there's no need to panic. This is not an immediate crisis.
This is one more thing to worry about in terms of Vladimir Putin and his attack on democracy and freedom.
Okay, this all started when the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Republican Mike Turner, released a statement saying this, quote, "Today, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence has made available to all members of Congress information concerning a serious national security threat. I am requesting President Biden declassify all information relating to this threat so that Congress can openly discuss the actions necessary to respond to this threat." Primetime doesn't know Mike Turner very well. He's been on our show once, maybe twice. He wants to protect the country. We believe he's a patriot. But I've been in this business for 20 years, and something seemed off. Doesn't the Gang of Eight usually handle big intel announcements? And where's the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who still hasn't ever done our show for some reason? Well, he runs to the microphone and tells Americans not to panic.
I want to assure the American people there is no need for public alarm. We are going to work together to address this matter, as we do all sensitive matters that are classified.
So one Mike says very serious national security threat that Biden has to declassify. And then a more powerful Mike says nothing to be alarmed about, we'll handle it in private. Democrats are saying it's serious, but it's no need to panic. Other Democrats saying Putin's attacking our democracy. What's going on here? And then we get the drip, little morsels of info all afternoon. It's something we've known about for a long time. Then it's something we just found out about. Politico reported the intelligence was related to Russia's hypersonic cruise missile that can fly at speeds between Mach 6 and Mach 8. They also speculated that the Russians and North Koreans were joining forces to attack our space capabilities. The media was going crazy.
We have new reporting on a cryptic message that the House Intelligence Committee released on social media about a, quote, serious national security threat. What do we know about this?
Cryptic is the right word. We still have more questions than answers at this point.
This must be a grave situation for the chair of the Intelligence Committee to make such a bold statement.
The threat is related to Russia.
It's not that Martians are going to land right now in the U.S., but it is something of concern.
All right. Once the media was throttled into an orgy of speculation, the intelligence community leaked to their favorite New York Times reporters, Eric Schmidt and David Sanger, that the intelligence was about Russian nukes. You ready? The new intelligence was serious, said the New York Times. But these Russian nuclear capabilities didn't exist, and they were still under development, and they hadn't been deployed. This information was classified and could not be declassified, even though Russia can read the New York Times. But it gets juicier. Leaks to the Times also reveal that Russia is developing space-based nukes that could blow up our satellites. But again, Russian space nukes haven't been developed and aren't even in orbit. First, they told us Russians were using World War II-era tanks in Ukraine, and now they've built the Death Star, and we're all going to die. The House Intelligence Committee said this new piece of intelligence was destabilizing. And as this was breaking, Biden's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, rushed into the briefing room and said, do not worry about this threat. But more importantly, Congress must fund the Ukraine war.
This bipartisan legislation will allow the United States to continue to support the people of Ukraine alongside our allies and partners as they fight every single day to defend their freedom and independence.
Can you tell Americans that there's nothing they have to worry about right now in terms of what he describes as a national security threat?
Look, I think in a way that question is impossible to answer with a straight yes. Right?
Now, if I were a cynic, I would suspect that Washington, anxious to pass the Ukraine funding, teased out some intelligence as a scare tactic to jam money through. And Politico, also skeptical, writing, quote, it's possible Turner was attempting to raise alarms about Russia's advancements in space as a way of underscoring the need for lawmakers to approve additional aid to Ukraine. But Washington's rusty. Not everybody got the memo. Democrat Congressman Jim Hines, who's on the Intel Committee, said the threat is not going to ruin your Thursday. Fox's Jackie Heinrich just reported that this isn't a weapon that would attack humans. Although, if our satellites are destroyed, my GPS dies and I'll probably drive into a lake. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking this threat lightly. I'm sure Russians are working on space weapons. It's just ironic that the same people who mocked Trump for Space Force are now hysterical over Russia's Space Force. It's not even in orbit. Now, if Russia really was planning on putting a nuclear missile into space, that would violate the 1967 Outer Space Treaty and could theoretically lead to a major escalation. Something about today's news cycle, though, just seems deliberate. Someone played a game of Mad Libs and came up with Russia nukes space. On the same day, Kamala Harris is flying to the Munich Security Summit, where our NATO allies will be rallying to defend Ukraine from Vlad. Hope I'm wrong. I hope all of our politicians and security officials are operating in good faith. But we've been deceived into raiding the Treasury for foreign adventures before. Americans are a noble people. If you can persuade us with honesty and logic, we'll spend money overseas in order to protect our interests. But don't disrespect us and trick us into writing more checks. Washington's been caught way too many times playing games.
See what I'm saying? It's a threat so serious, ladies and gentlemen, we can't tell you what it is. It's a threat so serious, we don't know if you should take it serious. It's such a threat that you better be what? Our biggest threat right now is happening at the southern border, and it's already happening there, and it's been done. It's called an invasion. I think the Russia is the least of our worries. It's the least of our. Well, you don't know, Ty. Russia could what? They could invade us. What can they do? What they gonna do? He's not worried about us. The invasion is happening right now at the southern border. In other words, just like if you don't watch it, it's an awesome thing to watch. If you're a fan of it, Lord of the Rings. You know how Frodo and Samwise Gamgee got into the dang on Mount Doom to get ready to get rid of the ring? You know how they got in there? They distracted the eye. They turned the focus of the eye over here at the gate and say, look over here, eye, look over here, while something snuck in the other way. Now you want us to focus on Russia now and what Russia could do and the serious threat? The serious threat is already happening, y'all. Don't let them trick us. Keep your eye and keep on being pissed off and let y'all voices be heard about what's going on at the southern border, the migrant crisis, these fools coming into our country, beating up our police officers, and want to then have the nerves to feel entitled to where they're saying, you don't get no money, Americans, you don't get no. The nerves to even just say they want them to stay in y'all houses. Don't let them do that. And they want to distract away from the fact that that report came out that Joe Biden memory and shot, which we knew. All this stuff is unfolding, but then they're going to try to throw this in here. Don't fall for that, y'all. Don't fall for it. We see this stuff from a mile away. If you know somebody can benefit from what I just got done showing you guys and what I just got done saying, let them know about the channel. Go into your cell phone's contact list if there's anybody that's like-minded like us, you know, people that think rationally, people that critically think, you know what I'm saying, people that have some sort, shape, form, and fashion of an intellect. Let them know about this channel if you would, please. Let's hear it from you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what y'all thoughts is on this subject right here, all right? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So, hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also, right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious, it does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel, because I do a lot in this channel, all right? So again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.